right, today we are going to continue our work on color theory. So just learning and understanding the basics of color and relationships. I mentioned last time that color theory is about relationships. Today, what we're going to focus on is complementary colors. So first step, at the bottom of your page, or if you need to go ahead and add on to a new page, start a new page, that's totally fine too. Let me make sure I'm focused. At the bottom of our page, we're going to go ahead and add this new word, complementary colors. Complement in art, when we're talking about complementary colors, it is spelled with an E, not an I. They're different words in the dictionary. There is compliment like, hey, nice shirt you're wearing today. And there is complement with an E, and that word actually means opposites or two parts that make a whole, if you look it up in the dictionary. Complementary colors are opposite on the color wheel. Red and green are complementary colors. Blue and orange are complementary colors. Violet and yellow are complementary colors. You could also, every pair that's opposite each other. Red-orange is the complement of blue-green. So for right now, all we need to know to write down is that they are opposites on the color wheel. They have two jobs. Complementary colors, when they are next to each other, pop. They fight for your attention. You will often see them used in advertising. The other thing they do, when they're mixed together, like with color pencils or with paints, they will turn into mud. They'll make a neutral tone or kind of a brown color. So our exercise today is I want you to create the 3 complement scales. We're doing really small, easy ones. Sometimes I have kids do them with boxes of like 7. We're just going to do a 3-box scale for each complement pair. Easy. First, start with your color. I'm going to start with my red. Then I'm going to pick up the green. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix the two together to make neutral. So I'm going to even write that word here. We call that a neutral tone. Neutral. We do this just like we did on the other parts of our page where we layer the colors lightly. So I'm going to go ahead and start with green. Doesn't matter. Really lightly. I'm going to add my red. And more green, and back and forth just like we've already practiced. The point here is that you create this neutral color. We can use this to create something like a darker, muddier green by adding just a little bit of red to the green. It tones down your green. I could do the opposite. I could take my red, it's too bright, and I want it to be more of a maroon red or kind of just dirtier, more of a natural color. I'm going to add just a little bit of green to that red to get a slightly duller version of red. But what we're doing today is going for basic mud here in the middle by building up our colors so that we're making sure they mix together. Go ahead and do that for each of the 3 pairs. You can pause the video if you want or watch me work. And then we're going to move on to the next thing, which is to color a basic shape using this concept. Once you've completed your 3 little scales here so that you've created this neutral tone using your pairs, we're going to go ahead and draw a shape over here to the side. I want it to be a round shape, so a shape that you would have to use blending to create your shading. I chose a cone. I very lightly sketched it out in pencil. Hopefully you can barely see it on the screen. I've included a little area for my cast shadow here. So my cast shadow is to the left. That means the light source has to be coming from the right. Light comes this way, this side of the shape will be darker, and it's leaving a shadow on the ground over here. Choose one of your pairs. I decided to go with blue and orange. Now, blue is a really dark color, so I'm going to recommend that you start with your light color. I'm basically trying to draw an orange cone. And as you watch me work, you're going to see me mix my blue into the orange to create the form shadow. What's a form shadow? Remember, the form shadow is the dark side of an object so that it looks three-dimensional. So I'm trying to blend from orange to blue? No. I'm trying to blend from orange to neutral, this color right there, to make it look like a darker orange on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and use blue to fill in my cast shadow because it's a nice dark color. And I'll mix a little orange in there too to keep it dark. That's my goal, is to do it with only these two colors and show a three-dimensional looking cone. You may choose to do the cylinder or the sphere if you prefer.